We are live. Hopefully people can hear me. Yep. Good stuff. Janie, how are you? Happy New Year's Eve in 2 minutes. Puma Pete, Jesse, good. How are you guys? Closeted Psychic. RJ, how are you? Dina, Don. What's up, Ben Dean? How are you, my friend? Lake Superior. Jesse, good. Jason Dean, what's up, brother? Tanya, how are you? I'm well, thank you. Linda, Kyle, Daniel, Brad, Neslava, Suji, Christopher, Pups, GG. What's up, Sean? Shauna. Dean Ferguson is at the Sharing Stone right now. Cadence Hero made it. Hopefully off that watch list. What's up, Joe? How are you? Juno, Julie, Sherry. Awesome. Thank you, Renee. Hey, Pops, how are you? Thank you. Open coloring book, how are you? Check and see if the bell icon is done, and then just undo the bell icon and then go back and click it. Sometimes you have to do that. All right, let's have an awesome live stream tonight. Moderators, please watch the comment section. No trolls tonight, please. If I don't catch them before you guys do, that's all I ask. Thank you very much. Renee, I don't think that's the case. I think because we have to think about this. The internet is a fairly new thing. I mean, my kids, one's going to be 19, one just turned 16. They don't know a life without internet. But I remember when Abigail was born, I had a flip phone, and that was like the newest phone. So it's a fairly new thing. People are pushing it out. YHWH. The book has never been out. That's why you can't find it. If you type in Victor Johnson on Amazon, you see the book is there, but the government took the book down. It never ever got put out. No one ever said it got put out. I'm putting it out very shortly. Hopefully this year in 2023. I see that, Joe. I see that. 421 BB. How are you? It is what it is. How are you? Melissa Stocks in the house with us. Catherine, how are you? Kakalina, how are you? Mr. G, Derek Crowley, Jen Cox, Micro Dork. Happy New Year's Eve, guys. Happy New Year's Eve. This is the last live stream of 2023. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the first weekend of 2023, I started doing lives. I never did lives until this year. And Martin Tang, how are you? And it's Colleen, how are you? And it's been an amazing thing to do. I'm glad that I started doing it, and I wish I started doing it sooner. Tommy, how are you today? No, Martin Tang. Nope, that's not true at all. His children were hurt badly. I'll give you guys an update on my dad in a little bit when we get a couple more people in. And that way I don't have to keep repeating it. Nothing on Victor, though. Nothing on Victor. I wish there was. And nothing new on stuff. I don't know. I don't know what is up with my good friend. Dis, how are you? Scoff Lagoon, how are you, my friend? No cat bussin'? They were hurt very badly. Martin Tang. They got out by the grace of God, to be honest with you. Catherine, I'm so sorry for you. I'm truly sorry for you. That sucks. Teeth pain is the worst. Caleb's here. Sanhoff, how are you? Wayne, what's going on? Nairoshi, how are you? Nairoshi, do you mind me asking where you're watching this from? If he was on another channel, I probably won't interview him just because I don't like doing that, you know? There's no sense of me interviewing someone if they've already been interviewed. Martin, what's up? No problem. Baltimore. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were like in like Osaka. Haha. I got a surprise for you guys tonight, though. I have got a surprise for you. Ha! You guys are going to love it. Gravity, I'm so sorry. It's glitchy on your end. It's not glitchy on my end. My internet is hardwired to my router, and there is no issues on my end. So I apologize, but it's on your end. $302Z. That sounds interesting. All right. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'm right here. I'm right here. Fucking right here. What does that say? $20 is $20, baby. Ha ha! $20 is $20. Hot pink. I fucking told you. And check this out. All the $20 is $20 has the Dogman logo on the back. Shameless plug. They're available at Teespring. Yeah, I need a tan. I definitely need a tan. It's but I'm a man and I ain't going tanning. What's up, Vang? How are you? Oh, it was on my interview. Brother, I'm so sorry about that, 302. That was, yes, I know which one you're talking about now. No, it's a jewel. It's a jewel. Happy birthday to Joe's husband. $20 is $20. They're a little big. The large is a little big. I gotta wash it. But I told y'all that's the best way to do it. I was only gonna get a hot pink. $20 is $20 shirt. Bret Hart wore pink. Bret Hart was the fucking man, baby. You guys keeping up with the new Godzilla, the freaking Monarch? Ooh, it's just getting better and better. 150 people, 53 likes. Let's get those likes up, guys. Come on. Come on now. $20 is $20. How fucking awesome is that? That's great. I couldn't get it centered. I tried to get it centered, but for some reason, I got to fuck around with it a little bit more. Linda Hilger, you can watch it on Flickr. Just type in FLIXOR or something, and it's free. Victor is no longer on the channel. They're old uploads, Shane, or Sean. I'm putting his book out, and it will be out sometime this year, hopefully. Nubian Emperor, how are you? Godzilla, yeah, it's a show called Monarch. The back, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got the little logo right there, the channel logo. What's up, Knuckle Moose? Thanks, Jay. 421, you saw Dogman? I'd love to see it. Corey Cole, I'll let everyone know when it's out. I really wanted to get it out this year, but I have not had time to do anything. All right, update, my dad. So my dad had an emergency surgery on his shoulder. The human body is a crazy, crazy machine. This is exactly what happened. My mom and I spoke to a lawyer this week, and so his surgery was the 20th of November. It was a basic surgery. They did it last year on his other leg where they made a vein into an artery so there'd be circulation in his foot. They did the opposite. When they took his catheter out, they didn't clean him properly. My dad got an infection. He had a kidney transplant in 2010. And after that, his infection just ran through his body. Now, when he went to the first rehabilitation center, he was brought in and he lied there for like 3 days because it was like a long weekend, Thanksgiving. It couldn't have happened in the worst time, holiday season, you know. Doctors are fucking out with their families and shit, which they should be, but they should be taking care of my dad and everybody else's loved ones as well. And so basically he went from the hospital to rehab to a hospital to rehab to the hospital and now back to rehab. He's back in the rehab that saved his life. The nurse, her name's Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. You saved my dad's life. So what happened was the infection coursed its way through his body and it settled in a pocket in his shoulder. And they ended up draining 200 milliliters of fucking poison. What's up, Bruce? And when they drained it, they slammed him with a fucking massive dose of antibiotics. And he's slowly getting clarity back. He's not hallucinating. He's still trying to catch up on things that his mind was telling him. But other than that, he's doing better. So thank you for everybody that sent prayers out. And I really honestly think what I said last week was how my dad said, who's the guy with the long hair and the beard? I really think Jesus was with my dad. And as corny as that might sound, I truly, truly believe that wholeheartedly. So that's just amazing. And you guys, I really, Pups, my mom, Pup 7 got my mom a prayer shawl. And my mom has it in her bag every time she goes to see my dad. She's got it with her. So thank you. Neck, what's going on, brother? So that's the update. Enough of the downing talk. Let's fucking get into some experiences. Let's have some fun. Because $20 is $20, baby. Ha ha. Fucking A right. Thank you, Ethan. Anastasia, how are you? John. Helen, how are you? Nicola, what's up, brother? Rocky Boggs, how are you? Wow, I haven't heard from you in a while. Holy cow. I haven't seen your I remember seeing your name on the channel. Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in Maine. Maine's a big old deep state. I got some good stuff for you guys tonight. We're going to kick it off with a crawler experience. Check this out. I'd like to preface this by saying that my grandparents' land is 75 acres of land in southeastern Arkansas. I grew up, so all of the craziness didn't affect me. So if my reactions are odd, it's because this is my life and I'm kind of desensitized. No, this is not the only thing that to chase after me in my car, but this one was different. Anyway, I was 17 years old, driving from my dad's home on the beforementioned land. Pretty late. I think it was around 11 p.m. or so. I had dropped someone off at my dad's house and was driving back into town to get back to my mom's house. As I'm driving down our long driveway, I keep seeing things move in the field. I'm not paying any attention, probably a rabbit or something. Things moving in the grass are normal, right? I get onto the road and I see something/someone in the ditch, just lying there. Me, being a girl in a raggedy old car at a place with poor cell signal in the middle of the night with no weapon on me, I floor it. I don't care. I figured I'd call my dad later and take care of a possible drunk in the ditch. I'm driving down the road, the memory of the ditch person creeping me out. I get this awful feeling of being watched. I'm traveling down the road nearly 60 miles an hour with no signal whatsoever. Okay, maybe I'm overreacting, whatever, but I speed up because I want to get some cell service to call my boyfriend so I can feel safer. Then I see something running alongside my car. Well, I say running, it was more skittering, lanky limbs on all fours running and keeping up with me going 60 down a country logging highway. I think my brain kind of had an aneurysm at this point because I keep repeating to myself, what the F? I'm getting closer to civilization though, so I floor it. Getting up to 80 miles an hour and leaving it behind, I call my boyfriend, freaking out about what I had seen. I pull over at a little church with a light out front, trying to get some logic out of this. When I saw this thing again, it was on the road, skittering toward my parked car. Before I had time to pull out of the lot, it was on me, hitting my car hard enough to dent my rear bumper. I screamed, squealed out of the lot, driving like a maniac toward town. I get into town and circle around the main areas a few times, calming down before I go home. Further description of this thing. It was weirdly flat, like someone trying to do a back bend, but not bending. Its limbs were long and spindly, with pale skin stretched far too tight across its bones. Thank you. What's corny, David? What's up, Captain Ron? I'm going to say hi to you. War Angel, how are you? E-Rev? Hey, Tracy, you're not late. You're not late at all. Rockin' steady. What's up, brother? No, I could not yet imagine being chased by one of these things at all. Once again, Dave Thompson, what was corny? What's up, 59th? How are you? Dave from Wyoming. Joe Michaela, you are a friggin', I hope you charge people. Like, all I can picture is Joe with like one of those tool belts on and like a big old Ford truck driving around fixing shit for people in her town, spitting a little backy. Just kidding. Only a couple of inner city stories. Yeah, I think I'm going to get my tattoo this week coming, I believe. The dog man. This one right here. So, because I got the trees here, I got the Bigfoot here, and I'll get this right here to cover that up. Because being 16, 15 years old with a tattoo gun is not fucking a smart thing. What's going on, Alan? How are you? How are you? Thank you very much, my friend. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. Craig, happy birthday late. Some need my email. Guys, I'm going to put my email right here. I think moderators, you guys can put the emails in too. That's why you guys are mods. To help me out. I'm not being rude, I hope. There we go. Janie, thank you so much. I love you, Janie. Email is under Rockin' Steady. And thank you, Rockin' Steady. Happy holidays, Truth. Happy holidays. Glad to see you're back. Nubian, I think you were asking. I'm sorry. I missed some things. In case they want to send me an experience 40 or 421. I hear you. Let's see what we got here. You know what? Fuck it. We're just going to go right in order. This one is a aquatic cryptid right here. Soviet-Russian Navy divers encounter a 10-foot aquatic humanoid in 1982 diving exercise in Lake Baikal. Lake Baikal is located in the northeastern Russia and Siberia. It is the deepest lake on Earth. At its depth, it is 1.6 miles. It covers over 31,000 square kilometers or 12,000 miles. Approximately the size of the state of Maryland or Belgium. It holds 6,000 cubic miles of water or 23,000 cubic kilometers. It is the largest freshwater lake on Earth, holding 1/5 of the freshwater on the planet. The encounter between the 7 Soviet-Russian Navy divers and the humanoids occurred in 1982 while diving during a training exercise in the winter At the time, there was a 5 to 10 meter thick ice sheet at the depth of about 50 meters. Upon entering the water, they soon realized that they were being watched and observed, something approaching them. From a distance were illuminated creatures. As they approached and got closer, they looked to be humanoid in shape. But these beings were much larger than a human, at about 10 feet or 3 meters in height. There were several of them. Russian divers froze at first, figuratively speaking, as they were observing these creatures. They seemed to be wearing skin-tight bodysuits, or it may have been their shiny, silverish gray skin. They seemed to maintain an unbreakable bubble of air. There was no oxygen tanks or no pipes or wires, just this skin-tight bodysuit and jellyfish looking like helmet. Clearly, this was technology unknown to man, and it did an admirable job of sustaining these creatures against the cold, enabling them freedom of movement with no risk of water leaks and plenty of secured oxygen. The Russian divers radioed to the surface, describing what they were encountering. They received an order to try and capture one of these creatures and bring it to the surface. According to the divers, as they moved in unison toward one of the creatures with a net and rope, a wave or sonar frequency explosion occurred, and the 7 Russian divers were thrust upward through the ice and onto the surface. Because of the rapid descent, they suffered injuries from the bends and compression sickness that could have been deadly. It was reported that 3 of the divers died. The other 4 were saved inside of a compression chamber after remaining in critical condition for several days. They all suffered long-term disabilities as a result of the incident. The accounts of their experience were long held as classified secrets of the Soviet Army. The details were later leaked to Professor Vladimir Ashia, a former Soviet naval officer and a known Soviet UFOologist, who first documented the story in a book titled Russians' USO Secrets. He told about an incident by a diving trainer, Mark Steinberg, and an unnamed former Soviet senior officer in charge of the diving team at the time of the incident. Donna Harmon, how are you? Nino, you sexy MFer, what's up, brother? I will in a little bit, Nino. I will in a little bit. What's up, Troy? How are you? Dude from Texas, what's going on? What's going on, Steve? Thank you. I wear the cross all the time. Nobody sees it because it's usually under my shirt. I'm pulling old Josh Turner with my necklaces. Ha ha! Just kidding. Just kidding, Joshy, if you're watching. I got nothing against you, big guy. Jordan, what's up, brother? Weird stuff in Russia. Absolutely. $20 is $20, baby. Can you make some Sogman decal? I got magnets on my website. You can make decals for your van. You can use my thing. I don't care. Cosmic Black, how are you? Dina, thank you. I don't know. I haven't seen Dogman UK, man. Haven't seen him. Life and Times, how are you? Rockin' steady, who? No word on Victor, Captain Ron. No word on Victor. Oh, I appreciate that, Life and Times. Thank you very much. Black-eyed kids, black-eyed kids. I got a whole shiznuts of black-eyed kids for you guys. I need a new drink called the Dog Man. I got a bunch of black-eyed kids encounters for you guys. Let's do these right now. Thank you, AL Zilla. Appreciate that. What's up, hippie? How are you? The old sharing stone is doing well. I'll have to go out with my bottle of KY jelly and make sure the old Sasquatch widens me up. All right, here we go. Back in 2007, I lived in Los Angeles and had a paranormal group. We did an investigation at Hollywood Forever Memorial Cemetery there in LA. One of the group members was talking to us about an experience he had with a black-eyed person. Frankly, I didn't really hear. Hang on, I gotta hit my vape. Frankly, I'd really not heard of them before. But he described this person to a T, and when we left the mausoleum where Valentino was interred, we saw this very same person. I got to tell you, it was the spookiest thing I've ever seen. He just stared at us and started approaching the car. And as he did, I could see his black eyes. I was driving. I had a sense of doom, like I got to get the hell out of here. It was a very frightening experience. I still have no explanation. He was wearing the same clothes this person in the group described. It was something I never want to experience again. My girlfriend had this little dispute with her sister once, and they couldn't get it resolved. So they went to talk to their mom about it. Well, her sister became very angry, and when she started yelling and everything, as soon as she looked, she saw her eyes going completely black. There were no whites in them whatsoever. Her mom was not turned in the direction where she could see them. She shook her mom's shoulder and said, look at her eyes. Get out of here now with your baby. She didn't want to be anywhere near her. It was when she was at the height of her anger when she saw that. This happened in Lebanon, Virginia. I've been reading these cases about black-eyed kids when I realized that I had an encounter myself. The year was 2004. I lived in New York City at the time. I believe I was walking down near Rockefeller Center. It was around afternoon, and there were crowds of people in broad daylight. I was lost in my thoughts when all of a sudden a very tall man in what I'm recalling a gray suit said, "Excuse me," as I was walking past him. Whereas he had his back facing me. As I was passing him on the left, I did not see his face. As he was angling to face me, he asked if I could fill out a questionnaire form, and the form immediately was held so I could see it, his eyes looking directly at the form without seeing his face. The form asked for my name, my telephone number, my address, and a couple of other questions that I did not bother taking heed to because as soon as I saw the personal info, I wasn't interested. As I turned to say no thanks to him, that's when I saw his eyes. They were completely black, no whites at all. He was polite when he asked me, just like in all cases with other people, and I distinctly remember that he had clean, impeccable shoes. He was lighter-skinned mixed race. He was probably over 6 foot, maybe 28 years old. When I saw his eyes, my instinct was, oh, he must have had some sort of disease that made his eyes turn completely black. And for a second, I felt sorry for the poor fella who had to do this line of work looking the way he does. He did not give off any dark vibe, probably because I see others around me, which made me feel safe. But like most people in New York City, He seemed sterile and unemotional. I never told anyone because I thought he had an illness, and I had forgotten about it over the years. When my child was born, she was born with dark black eyes. My wife died giving birth, and nobody could understand why she died. She's perfectly normal child now, but 2 days later, my mother died, and 3 days later, I heard something on the porch. I went outside to look, and there were 3 people out there. I couldn't tell if they were children, and I couldn't tell if they were, black-eyed or not. But 3 people were standing in my lawn. Ever since then, I've been freaked out about anything that knocks on my door or comes around me. It was quite dramatic. That one was crazy. Can you imagine your wife is giving birth, your baby comes out with jet black eyes, your wife dies, and then a day later your mom dies? Look. Thanks, Brandy. Appreciate that. What's up, William? How are you? Question: do you invite black-eyed kids? No, do not invite them into your house, George. Larry Lyman, holy shit. Thank you, brother. Happy New Year to you. Because $20 is $20, but Larry Lyman, $200, you get a little something extra, baby. $20 is $20. Larry, thank you very much, and Happy New Year, baby. Appreciate it. You're the best. I hope that everything worked out with you and your contract. Obviously, it did. Dude, I can't still get over that story, man. Giving birth to your baby comes out with black eyes. Scoff Lagoon, thank you very much. $20, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Dude, if Dogman went to portals, could they go into your house and kill you? I don't know, William. That's a very good question. That's a good question. That's a question that I don't think can be answered. You have to remember, this is a science based on theory and opinion. If the thing would be is, has there been portals reported before that people have been invaded? Donna Harmon, thank you so much. That people have had people come into their home through portals. If that's true, yes, I think maybe it was possible, but I don't know. Good question, though, brother. Good question. Gravity cheeseburger. You're getting a tramp stamp? Don't get a fucking tramp stamp. Please don't get a tramp stamp. I'll get a tramp stamp. I'll put Dogman's head right above my butt crack. Or I'll be like Gigi. I'll put some angel wings on my ass cheeks. No, never ever invite a black-eyed child into your home. Puma Pete, I'll show you for $20. Question: are Dogman like vampires, where they could easily come through a door? Yes, Craig. Because think about Luke. Think about Luke's house. Dogman went up into Luke's house, busted through his door, and wanted to kill him. So yeah, they don't care. Richie, thank you so much, man. Happy New Year's to you, brother. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hey, Melody, how are you? What could possibly go wrong? I'm not getting no tramp stamp. God damn. Fuck that. Rockin' steady. The anal bleaching. We'll have to do the waxing first and then the anal bleaching. Man, I still can't get over that story though. All right, more Blackeyed Kids for y'all. I live in Chicago in East Garfield. This past Saturday, I was at a local food mart buying groceries. I walked to my car, loaded the 2 bags in my back seat, then got in the driver's seat. As I went to start my car, to my shock, a young, pale-skinned woman with... Oh, I read this one last week. Sorry. Yeah, I'll finish it. All right. I live in Chicago in East Garfield. This past Saturday, I was at my local food mart buying groceries. I walked to my car, loaded the bags in the back seat, got in. Young, pale-skinned woman with long, dark hair was sitting in my passenger side. The first thing I noticed was her coal black eyes. She looked right into mine and said, "I need help. Please help me." She literally looked like the Walking Dead. I told her to get out, but she insisted that I take her to the hospital. We weren't too far from the hospital, so I headed in that direction. We were 2 blocks away and at the red light when she suddenly jumped out of my car, took a few steps, and vanished. No trace. She did not look like a ghost. She was a solid form. The next Sunday, I felt sick to my stomach. My eyes were sore and red. I believe it had something to do with this mysterious black-eyed woman. I'm still not feeling 100%. And I've had terrible nightmares. Now, this may not be related, but a few of my family and friends have recently had unexplained activity in their home. In particular, my brother, he lives a few blocks from me and swears there's a demon in his basement. He and his girlfriend will not go there and plan to move soon. He's been having terrible nightmares as well. I wish I knew what was going on. Lime Coke. I got the lime Coke, Melissa Stock. Or hippie girl. I had to put the lime in it. Sammy, a happy new year to you. Boy, lime Coke does not taste good after drinking a sip of black coffee. Does anybody else drink their coffee black? Coke Zero, black. Yep. Dude, black coffee is the absolute best. Only in prison, Derek Crowley. You want to know why? Okay, here's the thing. In Sandhoff, if you don't drink coffee black, I ask you to try it once, okay? So make a fresh pot of coffee and use cold water and brew it perfectly, whatever, and then sip it, right? And you can almost taste like the chocolate notes to it. Rockin' steady. I did smoke a cigar this week, brother, from you. Thank you very much. And I actually bought a humidor this week to put them in. I didn't have a humidor. Jay Cortez, I do not have any Wendigo stories because pretty much any Wendigo story right now that you hear is a creepypasta. And that's 100% true. A Wendigo, when people say, I saw a Wendigo and it had a deer head and it tried to fucking, violate me. It pretty much, Wendigos do not have a deer head. They do not have anything like that. I urge you to look into the Ojibwe, look up Bear Walker, or look into Algonquin, Iroquois, Mohawk, Wendigo, and that'll give you probably the best information out there on them. Cherry Dr. Pepper. How is that, Caden? Any good? So does anybody agree with me that when you have black coffee, you can almost taste the notes of like chocolate or whatever? It is good? Okay. I've been putting them in there purposely, Jordy. Purposely, I've been doing that for the end. Yeah, and good coffee. Dude, there's this coffee from Ethiopia that I bought. I bought a little bit of it because it was like a bag was way too expensive. So I bought like a sample bag just to try it. And it was so fucking good. There was no bitterness to it whatsoever. Oh, and then if you guys 421, I will check that out. Thank you. I appreciate it. Was it your encounter, brother? Trevor Brown, how are you? I didn't see you there. But I tried okay, so if you go online and you look up the coffee that has been shit out of a meerkat or whatever it is, there's a website that you can find for a free sample, and you pay for like the shipping, and they hook you up. They hook you up with enough to make like a full pot of coffee. It's fucking good. It is good. Hi, Strangeness. How are you? Jamaican Blue Mountain. That's good shit too. All right, 421. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Civet Cat. Yep. I couldn't remember what it was. Civet Cat, Meerkat. But yeah, Civet Cat. Yeah, Buff Batman. So what happens is these little fucking rodents eat the bean and then shit it out, and then skipping ads. And then what happens is it has to be roasted to a certain temperature in order for it to be drinkable. And you don't taste it because you don't taste the poop, obviously. But the jerky was amazing, Neck. Thank you. And speaking of that, Neck made me some jerky, but Neck also gave me this for Christmas, which I appreciate this. And thank Teresa for me as well. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Yeah, it's bullshit with the ads. And because then you've got to fucking watch the ads. And if you're reading, you know, if I do condensed milk, I do it with tea, and I do like that black tea, because you can make like Korean milk tea, which is so fucking good. Jay, honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing. It really is good. Any Hatman encounters? I could do Hatman encounters, but human oolong tea is great. I try to stay away from Hatman encounters because I don't consider them cryptids. And in my own personal view, I think that it's more paranormal, but I don't have any. I don't doubt them because there's been so many of them. You know what I mean? But a Hatman is more or less like a shadow man. People have claimed to see these men with top hats. Boba tea is great. I like boba tea. My daughters love boba tea. Belle, my little buddy, one year my mom got her, well, every year my mom gets her a gift card from Amazon for Christmas. And she bought this big fucking jug of strawberry boba that was in my fridge. And she'd just come with a spoon and just start mowing. Oolong tea is great. Yes. Yes, Polly Peanuts knows exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you. My email titled Encounter is 26. Just want to make sure. Ethan R. I did get that. It's right on the top of my emails. Kombucha. I don't drink kombucha, and I'll tell you a funny story why. I'm sober, as everyone knows that has been with me for a while. I'm coming up on 8 years in April, actually. And I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I was addicted to opiates. And when I was in my outpatient, there was this girl that she had to blow in the thing because she was an alcoholic and got like a DWI. But she failed her tests because she had drank kombucha, and she went to jail. And it took the fucking rehabilitation center to say, hey, she drank kombucha, it's fermented whatever, and she failed the test because of that. And she ended up getting out of jail. But congratulations, Puma Pete. Congratulations. It's an amazing fucking feat. When people stay sober, it is an amazing feat. Thank you, War Angel. I appreciate it. Hat and cape on the one I saw. No shit, Colleen. One proof, but it is enough. Yeah. In jail because she had a DWI and she was sanctioned to go to rehabilitation or outpatient. So when she failed, she went to rehab, or she went to jail because it was like they called it a relapse because she went to drug court or something. Jay Cortez, I appreciate it. Thank you. It was hard, man. You know what the worst part about getting sober was so I have neuropathy, very bad neuropathy. And I actually had to have surgery on my feet. And when I was getting sober, I was getting the heebie-jeebies, I called it. And then my fucking nerve damage was making it 10 times worse. And it was the worst fucking pain I've ever had in my life. Helen, congratulations for staying clean. I appreciate that. Robert, you just turned 61? Robert turned 61 on Christmas. Shauna, I do not think so. I do not think that would be a possibility. Maybe, but hard. Robert turned 61 on Christmas. That must be crazy. I would be pissed off if I had to freaking have my birthday on Christmas. I would be pissed, man. That's just bullshit. I'd be like, Mom, Dad, fuck you. Make my birthday in June so I get presents 2 times a year like everybody fucking else does. You know? Jesus Christ. Mindy, yes. Yeah. You quit smoking 9 years ago. Congratulations, Joe. It's not fair, Sandhoff. It's just not fair. In the 60s, the army was turning people down for drinking Coke because, yeah. My mom, we had a Woolworth in our town when my mom was a little girl. And she remembers when they used to put a little bit of the fucking booger candy up in the Coca-Cola when they'd make it right there. Oh, War Angel, I'm so sorry for your loss, man. Christmas must be hard for you. Damn it. That's why I don't like Christmas or Thanksgiving right now, because of what I went through with my dad. That sucks, brother. It's getting cold now. Well, happy birthday to Closeted Psychic's daughter. It is a big deal. Show the tank top. $20 is $20. See the back? Let's get to some encounters. This was a few weeks after my sister died in an automobile accident. For some unknown reason, I thought this black-eyed woman was a returning spirit. I've read a few different experiences from other people running into these creatures. It was a little over 5 years ago, and I was sitting in the kitchen. Both my parents were on vacation, so I was home alone. I had invited one of my sister's friends over, and we were talking about my sister. My sister was 17 when she died. While we were sitting there, I looked out the window, which was next to the front door, and that's when I saw this woman. She was right up against the window, peering in. I will never forget the way she looked. Her skin was very pale gray colored. Her eyes were jet black. Just staring into them felt like an endless pit leading straight into hell. Her hair was covering her face, and she just stood there staring at me. I never felt any kind of fear like that in my life. And on top of everything that I was going through, most people thought it was a hallucination. It doesn't matter what others think. I know what I saw, and especially what I felt. I've never run into this woman again, and God, I pray I never do. Next one. A few days ago, I was standing in a line at Walmart here in South Florida. Florida man. I was waiting to pay for my purchases. I usually don't look around at others in the line, but I had an odd sensation when I noticed a sickening scent of rose. I turned around and looked at a short man dressed in black. I looked at his eyes. They were totally black. He also had a grumpy look on his face. Probably had to poop. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. I got this evil feeling that I needed to get away. When I paid for my stuff, I could not get out of the store fast enough. I got into my car and started to back out, but I noticed the same man standing by my car staring at me. I almost hit another car in the process. He just stared with that grumpy expression. I'm getting sick thinking about it right now. The weird thing is, no one else seemed to notice him. This group does rock. You're absolutely right, dude from Texas. This fucking is amazing. MJ Bates, how are you? Death is difficult, man. I hate it. No, I didn't mean to call you man, Pop 7. You know what I meant. I'm glad you're here with us, MJ. Clint, my dad is getting better. Actually, he had surgery on Christmas Eve morning, and they drained 200 milliliters of poison out of his shoulder. I'm doing better now that he's doing better. He's not out of the woods completely, but he is cognitive, I guess, is the best one. Dogman encounter. Dogman. Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. It is good news. It is great news. Yeah, Polly, dog, man, or woman, no one cares. All right, here we go. I'll share my encounter on US 20 at Tapley Woods of a dog man over roadkill, which I documented late evening on a weekend trip to see my parents in Illinois, Galena, Illinois, 5 minutes from Tapley Woods State Natural Area, Illinois, driving my cargo van 45 to 50 miles an hour. On the north end of the road going west, I noticed a dark figure standing over some roadkill. It was jet black, and when our eyes met, its white, burning, evil glare shook my soul in absolute fright. and knowledge this was not just an animal, but demonic. I gunned my old van to its limit as I feared it would chase me because I could feel the stare from the passenger door rear mirror. I picked up two intrusive thoughts: leave and forget. In 5 minutes, I was at my parents' house. I went to the guest room, closed the shades, floor to ceiling window right next to the bed. I did not think of that experience until I saw an artist's description or depiction of a canine variant with three all black and burning white eyes. Later, I found another account of an elderly couple. A black, white-eyed werewolf had run across the road in front of them, driving on Blackjack Road in the same Joe Davis County, not more than 20 miles away, 125 miles from the famous Beast of Bray Road incident. My brother, who works for the FBI, has also lived in the area with his wife and said the property security found a dead deer 20 feet in the tree. I think only African leopards stash their prey in the tree, but nothing does it in North America. I suppose a car could hit something that hard and on a windy road and it could fly up into a tree, but there had been no reports of a crash. After that, in the winter, 500 feet before the convenience store on the road, I saw a giant all-black dog or wolf. It crossed very casually, even though my muffler was a bit loud. I caught up with security just ahead of the wolf and asked if they saw this monster canine. No, he said. I Googled if wolves are seen in Illinois at any time. Only once in 50 years. And if it was a dog, there were strict leash laws and fines. Elijah Blue, how are you? Or Elsa Blue, sorry, Elsa Blue. Dean, I have no Nightmare Alley stories. There are none. There hardly are any, unless they're made up. Because everybody that was involved in that are dead right now. I've been looking for some, and it's Nightmare Hall. I couldn't remember either. But yeah, I've been looking for some myself. And when I do find some, Dean, I'm going to share them. Believe me. Katie, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Katie Byers, thank you. Nothing in Washington. Maybe something in here. I don't know. I cannot believe that 2023 is over. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it, Wilburn. Not a big fan at all. Did you see where they found in Iraq? They found the Anunnaki giant. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm going to do an upload about it. Yeah, definitely don't get it, Wilburn. Definitely not a good buy. There's a few. If you email me and I'll give you a few good ones, okay, Wilburn? I'll give you a list of a couple. This one's a little creepy. It was a cold evening in January of 2023 in Navajo Summit, Arizona. I had my two nieces with me. One was 6, the other 8. I had gone to our family cabin waiting for my sister to return from town. The evening started at about 7 p.m., and we did not have a key to the house. We waited for a couple of hours. The girls eventually fell asleep in my truck. As the night continued, the temperature dropped. I fell asleep as well. I woke up at around 9:30 p.m. It was very cold in the truck. I started the vehicle. As I depressed the brake pedal to start the truck, I noticed in the side mirror a face looking at me from the glow of the taillights. I hesitated to look at first, but gathered enough courage to observe it again. I saw a white face with long grayish white hair, black eyes looking at me. I freaked out. Once I started the truck, I sped off and headed down the highway, not sure if what I saw was following us, and it was. I continued down the highway in a panic. After a few minutes, I felt as if something had jumped into the bed of the truck. I turned west to head into a town called Ganando. I went as fast as I could to my parents' house. Upon reaching the turnoff, I felt it jump out of the truck and watched this same white-haired entity run along the right-of-way fence. As I pulled up to my parents' house, I quickly carried my nieces inside. Once inside, I situated the girls for bed. Later that night, I dreamed that I walked about 2 miles to my aunt's house. No one was home. As I walked back home, I noticed the same white-haired thing paralleling me. I quickly ran home, went inside, locked the doors behind me, and went to bed. As I woke up the next morning, I noticed sand and dirt at the foot of my bed. I told my parents what happened and what I dreamt. Since we are Navajo, they took me to a medicine man, and he told me that I actually sleptwalked to my aunt's house. And when I entered the house, it followed me in. Totally freaked me out. Did I encounter a skinwalker? The medicine man refused to answer my questions, but my dad was still vigilant and believed that I was a target of a native witch. Hang on a second. I got to adjust. Ugh. I was sitting on the old nutsack. I want to join you guys for a little bit. Does anybody mind if I take a break on encounters for a second? I read 6 of them so far. Right on, dude. That's what it was. Told me about when they were over there. Fought right before they started talking about. That's crazy, Ethan R. That's crazy. Dude, I always end up sitting on the old nutsack for some reason. I don't know why. Do I have a TikTok? Yes, I do, Clint. And I only have one video on it. The only video is from the Conjuring House when I went to the Conjuring House. Elsa Blue, how are you? The older you get, the easier sack sitting gets. Tigger is laying. I got Tigger a new blanket for for Christmas. And Vicky, I made a video about Andrew Dawson a couple days ago, Vicky. And have a good night, and thank you for joining us. Yeah, Closeted Psychic. I'm glad that you're back with us. Thank you, Elsa. Gingerbeard, they are a curse, but they be swinging everywhere. Not tonight. I do have a couple Iowa encounters, Tanya. I do. You know, what's crazy with the Andrew Dawson thing is people were like, it didn't happen because he was on TikTok. And that's what's wrong with cryptozoology and all this is there's TikTok accounts that don't take it real. The majority of them don't. There are a few that do. And then the YouTube channels that don't take it for real. They just care about views. Excuse me. That was fucking gross. And get people confused. But Andrew Dawson really died. And his wife still posts videos about him. And there was that channel, I forget what the channel's name, but he's got like 1 million subs. And people were like, because he's got 1 million subs, what he said has got to be true. It's got to be true. He's got 1 million people that love him. You know, because his fish is next to him. Fuck his fish. I'll have my cat eat his fish. But he died. Skipping ads. And his wife still makes fucking videos about missing him. And if you look at that, when he was genuinely scared in that one video where he's like, guys, I lied about it, yada, yada, and looks over like, am I saying the right thing? This, and that. You know, and fuck. I heard about Corey Taylor's Owlman experience. Can you send me a picture of those, Joe? The M Cave? Yeah, that was a sad experience. I forget his name. You know what's crazy is everyone keeps talking about that David Paulides trucker video. I didn't think it was that good. The one that I did about the trucker who fucking went crazy and shit, and then the government stepped in on it, I thought it was better. But that's probably because I don't like him. Kenny Veach. Thank you, Alan Howell. Thank you. I mean, he did the world a big solid. He did the world a solid by letting us know about the missing 411. He did, you know. But check out his 96 arrest and see what you think about that. Yes, Anastasia. My uncle's in his movie. 1996 conflict. 1996. War Angel, 100%. 100%. I agree, 100%. Anastasia, if you send me an email, I'll send you a link to it. Yeah, my uncle was the undersheriff in the Tom Mezek case. That's why I'm fascinated by the case. I'm obsessed with Tom Mezek. It's time to get my rock and steady. Have a good night, man. Have a good night. Thank you, Rock and Steady. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you feel better. Nah, nothing on the shirt. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it on the channel, Mr. Rollins. I just said that. I probably shouldn't even said it. Do you have any collection of horror movies? I do. I I like any horror. My favorite collection would probably be Rob Zombie's, Devil's Reject, all those. And then what is it, 31 or 81? I love 31. I think it's 31, where the little Nazi midget's fucking great. I love that movie. Thank you, Alicia. It's actually $20 is $20 shirt. MJ Bates, I thanked you last week about the ornament. I love it. I love it. You weren't here last week, so or I might have thanked you before you came in, but I love that ornament. It's the greatest freaking little cute Sasquatch from old world ornaments. Rob Zombie movies are great. His Halloweens were good too. Robert Sharp, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. His Halloweens are great because they kind of foul spec. And guys, really quick, I don't have anything against David Paulides, so I don't want anyone to think I do. I don't. I don't watch his videos, and I've just heard that he's kind of mean to people sometimes. I've never met the man. I do appreciate what he's done. I appreciate him bringing the missing 411 to our presence. And he's an amazing freaking researcher. He's an amazing researcher. So I never met him, and I've heard that he was mean. That's it. But other than that, I do like Steve How to Hunt too. Steve How to Hunt is good. I know that story, Joe. What's up, Levi? It blows everyone's. Levi J. I'm blowing everyone's mind with him. That's funny. My favorite werewolf movie. Hey, Lily, how are you? EI, what's going on? One candle. 2 hours north of Jasper. Yes, thank you. One candle. I look forward to your email. Please. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have a favorite werewolf movie. I honestly don't have a favorite werewolf movie. I don't know why. I don't know. Wolfen would be my favorite werewolf movie. Wolfen, I guess. Wolfen is good. Dog Soldiers isn't bad. I mean, it's not, I don't know. Dog Soldiers isn't like the best movie, I guess. Oh, one candle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Send me an email, will you? Wolfen is better than Dogman or Dog Soldiers by far. Wolfen is better than Dog Soldiers. Enki, I didn't say hi to you yet. How are you? Lily Lewis, thank you so much. Happy New Year. Did you see it? Agrees with me, right? You agree with me? Howling is good. Howling's all right. Yeah, Wolfen. Wolfen has got, I forget who's in it. I saw it a long time ago. I read that story, Joe, in a book basically on on haunted Maine things. Whoa, wait a second here. Got to email myself something. I had a pop-up happen. There was an attack. Uh-oh. Bear, send that to myself. Wolfen. So it's 1981 movie, and it is really good. It's got Gregory Hines is in it. Edward James Olmos is in it. Fucking Gregory Hines was awesome. I forgot all about that dude. Thanks, Levi. You can own one too. Shameless plug, Levi J. You can own one of these too if you just go to my store and buy one. No, I'm just kidding. Wolfen, it's an E. Wolfen. Sonia, how are you? Why do I keep sitting on my fucking nuts? God. No, I don't play around with AI. AI scares me. Pups, thank you very much. Oh, the one with Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer. Shit, I forgot. Lay on your belly. Oh, here we go, motherfuckers. This one's scary. This one's scary. Yeah, I take my watch off. All right. The night of February 27th, 2007, in early AM, I was staying at a Best West. How about Halloween 4? Yes. No, I don't remember the theme song. Oh, gee, what's going on? I don't remember the theme song from Halloween 4. Monster Squad, scary German guy. Okay, now I'm going to get back to this really quick. I'm not ignoring you guys because I love you, but I got to get to this encounter because it's fucking scary. The night of February 27th, 2017, in the early AM, I was staying at a Best Western in Big Bear. At approximately 12:35 a.m., I walked to my car alone to retrieve my luggage. It had been snowing and was extremely dark. My car was facing a country road. When I hit the unlock button on my car, the parking and interior lights came on. This allowed me to see two eyes reflecting in the middle of the road, about 10 to 15 feet from me. At first, I thought it was a deer. I have lived in Colorado and I am accustomed to seeing wildlife. I instantly stopped and remained still as I didn't want to scare off what I thought was a deer. As my eyes glanced downward, I noticed that it wasn't a deer. It looked like a white, hairless, naked man on all fours. It was at least 4 feet in height on all fours, probably around 15 feet if it stood up. There was a brief moment as our eyes made contact. It then, as quickly as I have ever seen an animal, turn around and run as fast as a cheetah away from me, and then straight up a tree. I was frozen in disbelief, and I said aloud, "You got to be flippin' kidding me." Just as I was going to convince myself that it couldn't possibly be happening, it leapt from the treetop to treetop, and I could see its full outline as it did so. I've never heard of such a creature, but I have found other videos and pictures online of what I exactly saw. The speed and strength it had was like nothing I had ever seen before. The creature was definitely solid. It appeared as if it was coming toward me, possibly hunting me. I don't know what stopped it. Was it the lights that went on? It had no visible genitalia. It had a very human-like quality. First, it was a new moon. I believe it was the eclipse that day as well. There was a creek across the street. I don't know if this had anything to do with the experience, but I was also a day from menstruating. If this had been a huge-eyed gray alien, would have made more sense. I've heard those, but this was unlike anything I am ever familiar with. None of it makes sense to me. The speed, the agility of the creature. There shouldn't be any way that treetops should have been able to hold the weight of this creature. It appeared to be flashing like a TV going in and out of reception as it sprinted up the tree. It also didn't appear to disrupt the foliage as it did. I immediately called my dad after I rushed back into the hotel room. My son was asleep, and I was understandably in a state of shock. At this time, no one knew what hotel I was staying in. As I was crying on the phone with my dad, the phone rang. I answered it, and it was only a dial tone. Then there was a knock on the hotel room door. Once again, no one was there. At this point, my son woke up due to the commotion. I told him it was just a bad dream. I gave my father the hotel information, and he advised me to go wait in the lobby with my son. As we were leaving, there was another knock, but it was at the back sliding glass door that went out to a private fenced-in patio. This was the one-time encounter, and it's unfortunate that I still live in fear from this experience. I was raised Christian, and this humanoid does not fit any category that I am familiar with. I don't know why this happened and what I'm supposed to learn from it. In addition, the hotel phone number, I found out later, has 6 sixes in a row. I don't know if that has anything to do with what happened. I was always taught that demons can't have a physical body unless it's possessing someone. I can't imagine it flying a spacecraft due to its primal manner. It seemed to be trans-dimensional being, maybe a Nephilim. I don't know what to do. Is it going to come after me again? I hope not. Why didn't it do what it was set out to do? My previous beliefs about the world and the way things work has been tossed upside down. While it's thought-provoking, it's been very traumatic and has me in a panic state. I live in distraction and mostly negativity now. Definitely a demon. Definitely a demon. What do you guys think? Derek Crowley, you're leaving? Have a good night, brother. Definitely a demon. What do you guys think? Joe, I do. Killer Khan passed away yesterday. Holy shit. Derek, have a good night and Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. You know I appreciate you, brother. I hate demons too. Right on, Wilburn. Put some ice down there, and key. Let me hear you say woohoo. Woohoo! Dog vs. Dog Man. I've done a few Dog vs. Dog Man ones. I don't watch other channels, Lily, so no, probably not. What's up, Dale Little? How are you? The Del Toro movie is good, yeah. The old banana hammock? Melody Page, get the old banana hammock, Jeff. Joe. Dude from Texas. You think so? 42 or 421? DW here? I didn't see DW. Where's my best friend James? I got to text him tomorrow. Wish him Happy New Year. Maybe, Lily. I have over 3,000 videos. There are some that I don't remember. That Kenny Veach video is great. I love that Kenny Veach video. I don't know what. Something bad happened to homie. Homie after homie. Yeah, me and James are thinking about doing something together. Last time I talked to him, I was saying, hey, maybe we should do like a live stream, half on my channel and then half on yours, or just do like a 4-hour long video, 2 hours on mine and 2 hours on his. MJ, I do too. I miss him terribly. Braun Snake was here last week. Killer Khan broke Andre the Giant's leg. I don't remember that, Harry FO. I don't remember that. We'll probably do it. You know who's not here this weekend or this week is what's his name? Aramek. Tom Mezek is a case in my town. His name's Tom for 421 BB. And that's his name, not Ron Mezek. It's Tom Mezek. I've gone to the location where he disappeared multiple times. Mr. Shackle, thank you, brother. It is a good one. About me, Lily? Because people just talk smack about me on Reddit. Because Reddit's for fucking losers. Not you, but like they're just fucking assholes. Because they're jealous, honestly, because they're jealous. They don't know me. So they go to Reddit where they can not be seen and talk shit. Oh, they fucking hate me on Reddit. But they've never met me. You know what's crazy is Jesse hated me. And the guy who his son was killed by a dog man, right? Jesse hated me because of my like how I am. But like when I say shall we and stuff. But when he met me, he was like, dude, I don't know why I hated you. Like I've never done anything to these people. They're fucking assholes. They're just little weasels. Reddit is kind of like 4chan, Ethan R. Aramek does do that on occasion. I miss Aramek. He's a good guy. He was just a little boozed up last week. Well, no. See, Jesse, I don't know if you guys heard that story, but Jesse, his son was killed in front of him. The government fucking put his wife in a psych unit. He was almost threatened with prison, and it was really bad. His son's body was cremated. It was just a fucking shit show. And because I have like a different approach, he didn't like that. And then when he met me and we talked, he's like, wow, I wish I'd talked to you before. Oh, thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate that. Jeff say pulling out. Right on, Dina. No, they talk smack about me so bad. They're like, fuck Jeff Nadolny. He's a fucking piece of shit. I hate Jeff. Fuck him. Fucking chodes. They all got little dicks that big and they live in their mom's basement still. Brian Reyes. Nothing on Victor. Nothing on Victor. Can you imagine having a little dick that big, hard, and living in your mom's basement? Of course you'd be on Reddit saying, I fucking hate Jeff. He wears a pink tank top, and people like him. They do. They want to go to the Gifton Rock. Levi, you're the man. Levi J. What's up, Minority Reporter? How are you? Literally my ex-husband. Oh, shit. I think they have penis pumps for that. Or the gas station has a pill. Right, Mr. Rollins? All right, this is a good one. Here we go. All right, I'm going to do this, and then I'll do a Blackeyed Kids. I was sleeping on the couch at my parents' house in Fort Lupton, Colorado. I was 20 years old, May 31st, 1986, when I noticed the light outside of the window behind the couch. I looked out the window, and approximately 200 feet from the window, on the open grass on the concrete basketball court, I saw approximately 4 feet off the ground a bright white light, which I later decided was Rip in space. The only way I can describe it. Bright light or hole was probably only 2 or 3 feet in diameter. I saw 3 to 5 aliens, or whatever you want to call them, exit out of this hole. Somehow I knew that they were going to come over to where I was, and this terrified me. I did not actually see them walk from the basketball court and over the lawn to the window, which was approximately 1.5 feet from my body. So it's the couch between me and the window. On the outside of the window, I remember 3 of these gray aliens staring down at me. I tried to move, but my entire body was not responding. I was frozen. Frozen's probably the wrong word. I was like a quadriplegic or something. The only thing that I could move was my eyelids and my eyes, so I could look over and still see them staring down at me. Their faces were approximately 3 feet at most away from mine, still looking through the window directly at me. I was fully awake, and this continued for, I'm guessing, somewhere between 15 to a half an hour. I know that seems like a big variance for one who is describing something that occurred when they were completely awake, but it was a terrifying experience. I suspect a minute may have lasted in my mind forever. Subsequently, I discovered that people had sleep paralysis and described something similar to this. However, this was not sleep paralysis. I was wide awake and aware, and I knew I saw this. So the paralysis started sometime after I saw them come out of the light or the basketball court, and I was lying on the couch. At some point, they paralyzed me. They seemed to enjoy it, and I seemed to either be reading their thoughts or something. to know that, or more correctly, they've communicated to me without speech. Other than staring at me, I don't know what else they were trying to accomplish. During this encounter, I was struggling with all of my might to try and move even one little finger. I could feel my body all over. I couldn't move it. I tried and I tried to fight them to get away from me. I would have gone down the hallway to my room and grabbed my 243 and blown these little fuckers away, but I couldn't move. Then they left. I did not see how they exited, but I imagined it was the same hole. I have a distinct feeling that this happened several times. It may happen again, but that was the only incident I remember. Possibly remember them when I was 5 in Missoula, Montana. I did tell family members and a couple of friends, but I described it as the worst bad dream ever. I'm letting you know that this was not a dream. I was wide awake and aware. Now, approximately 30 years later, I have the guts to at least report this in hopes that it may help somebody or you guys with your research. I am mentally stable. I have managed millions of acres of federal land as a primary land officer. I am a GS-13 30-year-old federal employee with staff of 30. I am not some nutcase. I am scientifically trained. I have no mental issues, no drug issues, and I have a very long and responsible career. My family life, and I'm letting you know this actually happened. I start 40-day water fasting. Good job, Paulie. We'll investigate. That was a creepy one. All right, hang on one second. I'm going to do it for Dean. For all of those who do not know, this is a shofar. Tim Coonbo Baker uses this to bring in Bigfoot and other cryptids. It was used in the Battle of Jericho. $20 is $20. And Mr. Shackleneck got me this. Thank you, Neck. You know I appreciate it, brother. And in order for it to work, I did get red-faced. In order for it to work, supposedly you have to blow it 3 times like the Trinity. Twinsies, hippie. Twinsies. Tell Mom me and her are twinsies. Enki. Dude, speaking of Biohazard, I was watching Oz a little bit ago. And fucking, what's his name? Fucking Chaz or Daz freaking got sent to the prison. Oz is one of the greatest TV shows ever. If there's a knock at my door, it's more than likely the cops saying, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'll be like, $20 is $20, baby. No, I didn't hear anything scream back. If the cop pulls out $20, I guess I'm fucked. And I hope not in any kind of way like that, because I'm not going to be liking that too much. I'm blaming you, Dean. I'm going to be like, go see Dean Ferguson. That fucker. If it's a girl officer, I guess we're going to be good. Just as long as she's not into fucking pegging me. If she says, we're going to peg you with the old fucking nightstick, I'm saying, get the fuck out. BJ, Happy New Year, brother. All right, Blackeyed Kids. This one's actually creepy because on a Saturday before Christmas, I had grandbaby duty because everyone else was off shopping and doing things. So I took my granddaughter to the mall at Cedar Park, Texas. They have a bunch of these bounce houses, these inflatable things, and they basically put them in shopping malls. Well, I had taken her to one of those and checked in and was just kind of sitting on a bench watching her. I noticed this kid who looked about 6 years old, dressed in black jeans and a hoodie, like a gray kind of hoodie, but not necessarily a clean one. And I'm thinking, this kid looks out of place compared to these other kids. All the other kids are like running around, not really noticing him. So I'm just watching him. He kind of just happens to glance back at me, and I'm like, holy shit, the kid doesn't have eyes. It was like black right where his eyes should have been. So I stand up and walk toward him. And I think he must have noticed me, and he just kind of walked towards or past the inflatables. There's a row of 6 inflatables. And when I say inflatables, it's those big blow up slides and bounce houses. So I follow him. I'm walking behind him a little ways. I don't know, space that they have are stairs that you can walk up, and there's a pit of foam blocks that you can jump in. And there's a front of a staircase. I'm watching him, and he turns around and he looks at me, and sure enough, a 6-year-old kid, black jeans, a whitish gray hoodie with black eyes. He waved at me, and he just walked up the stairs, kind of walking fast. And like I said, he just disappeared. He wasn't anywhere to be seen. It was kind of weird, though, because the entire time it was like he wasn't there, but not quite in focus. It doesn't make sense. It was like he was standing there, but if another kid was standing beside him, he would be blurry compared to the other kid with well-defined angles and things like that. He was just kind of there. And the weirdest thing about it was the kids would just walk around him, not acknowledging him. They were just running around, going back and forth, just running around doing craziness like kids do. Cowboy 5 Rings, what's up, brother? Wilburn. Yeah, he was kind of like fluctuating in and out. Right on, right on. BJ, it was Blackeyed Kids. Yup. Is this your first live, BJ? Because I don't do just Dogman encounters on the live streams, my friend. I do all kinds of crazy shit here. We have a lot of crazy fun. Second one. All right. Yes, the most dangerous cryptid in America are the dreaded lot lizard. If you run into a lot lizard, what you need to do is first you need to make sure your wallet is in your front pocket. You need to lock your car door and drive away very, very fast. Because lot lizards not only will bite, but they will give you a very bad STD. Oh no, another one doesn't know what lot lizards are. Closeted psychic. Lot lizards are prostitutes that 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 go to truck stops. They're called lot lizards. They're filthy whores. But you know what? They got to make money too. And they need love. So they get a little love. They get a $20. Because $20 is $20. Parking lot roamers. Well, closeted psychic. The joke actually comes from Mike Patton, the greatest singer in the world. Mike Patton. Second greatest is Chino Moran from the Deftones and Crosses. But Patton, by far the greatest singer, was wearing a shirt that said, "I'm not gay, but $20 is $20." No, Maynard doesn't even compare to fucking Mike Patton. Maynard's a great singer, but he does not compare to Patton. No. All right, guys. Mike Patton, do a rating. Mike Patton from Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, Peeping Tom, and other bands. Chino and Maynard. Dude from Texas, check out Peeping Tom is one of his bands. Faith No More is the other. Mr. Bungle. Shit. Fuck. What's Tomahawk? Maynard's good. Maynard's great. Chino beats Maynard though. Even Chino is a better singer than Maynard. But he's one of the top 10. Probably the third. Well, I'm talking alive. Freddie Mercury's not alive, but Patton could blow Freddie Mercury singing away. No issues. Yeah. Corey Taylor. I was at a concert where Faith No More, well, Mr. Bungle was doing a show and Slipknot was doing a show. And Mike Patton made a bad comment about him. But he's a good singer. Amy Lee, there's a song with James Maynard or Maynard James and Chino from the Deftones called Chauffeur. And Amy Lee actually does the vocals for it live once, which was real good. But Faith No More is one of the greatest bands ever. Janie, age has nothing to do with it. Age has nothing to do with it. $2,000 Rage. Faith No More still putting music out, though. Age has nothing to do with it. You could be 64, 68, 82, and still. Jet City Woman, Queensryche. Jackson Brown, great band. Well, great guy, actually, great singer. I know you are, dude. I could tell. I could tell how like aggressive you got with fucking Maynard. You were like, no, I love Maynard. You sounded like Muscle Man from fucking from Regular Show. Muscle Man from the Regular Show. You're like, no. Ooh, how was Hollywood Vampires? BJ? Clutch was all right. I didn't mind Clutch. They were pretty good. Regular Show was great. I fucking love Regular Show. Muscle Man. Was Johnny Depp playing guitar in the show, BJ? Sepultura is awesome. Old Sepultura with Max. Old Sepultura with Max. I saw him at Bethel Woods. Dude, I'd love to see them. Coal Chamber's fucking awesome, too. Oh, dude, man, I'd love to see that show. Damn it. God damn it. Jeff Beck, yeah. Prince played guitar on As My Guitar Gently Weeps at the Jeff Beck Memorial. Prince can shred. Imagine Prince playing guitar, Mike Patton singing. Who will we have drumming? Fuck the drummer. The dude that died from Foo Fighters drumming, bass player. Dimebag. No, Dimebag didn't drum. No, yeah. No. Tyler from Foo Fighters drumming. Tyler's a better drummer than Dave Grohl. Geddy Lee was awesome in his day. Adam Clayton on bass. I forgot his name, though. It was Tyler. Coal Chamber's great. Primus, yeah. Fuck yeah, we'll have Primus Les Claypool. All right, Mike Patton singing. Tyler from Foo Fighters, the guy that died, on drums. Prince shredding the fucking axe. And Les Claypool on bass. And we'll call it the Fuckholes. And that's the band. Skipping the fucking ads. Goodbye, ads. Nicola, is that a book? What's the name of that book, Nicola? Is it just the Geddy Lee's memoir? Because now I want to read it. We'll have David Bowie. And David Bowie singing Back Up. With Velvet Underground opening. He just relieved it. Oh, my effing life. Okay. Well, you know what the best thing about Mr. Bungle? The best thing about Mr. Bungle is you've got fucking what's his name? The drummer from Slayer, Lombardo. Jordy Jordanson. Dude, you're all about the mainstream music, dude, from Texas. Jordy Jordanson. Joey. No, Joey was fucking awesome. Corrosion of Conformity. Mr. Bunghole. Shut up, Dean. Poke you in your fucking eye. Wait, there we go. That's the band, skipping ahead. All right. Trying to find a good one for y'all. This has been a pretty good live stream tonight. Marilyn Manson's. Marilyn Manson is probably one of the most hated bands, but you gotta fucking love them because they are amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Well, Tommy, considering I've done 10 experiences so far, I think I deserve a break. Don't you? Drowning pool. Ooh. Closeted, have a good night. Happy New Year. All right, here we go. We live in New Brunswick, Canada, and on July 22nd, 2023, in the early morning, we were awoken by our 6-month-old daughter crying. We heard this on the baby monitor in our room. As usual, we got up to check on him, me to go grab her and her console, my wife to prepare a bottle for her. I pick her up and I left the nursery. I looked down the stairs and to my right through the garage window and I saw a tall, thin black entity. I know I saw it, and as I looked at it, it darted inhumanly fast out of sight. I walked to the room with our daughter. My wife had the bottle ready, and I tried to get the dog to leave the room with me. He was too scared to leave the room, which was unusual. I eventually coaxed him to follow me. As soon as we left the room, the dog tucked his tail between his legs and headed to the desk in the living room. He stayed under and trembled. I would dismiss this as my mind playing tricks on me. However, when I was 19 and I'm 36 now, I had an experience with a tall, slender black being, which has haunted me ever since. I don't talk about it as people judge me quickly and don't believe it. I used to live and work in Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan at Walmart. I also worked at a popular bar and restaurant. Needless to say, I worked a shift in the city until midnight at Walmart. The store was 4 city blocks from the residential area where I was living. If you've ever worked there, you punch your SIN number into the computer at the back of the store. This starts your shift. I punched out after shift and walked home. It was dark in the city, but with the lights, you could see pretty well. I walked south 2 blocks and then cut through a parking lot. When I reached the sidewalk again, I noticed an eerie lack of light, took 2 steps, and heard a metallic sound. I looked around, feeling strange, and noticed the city lights were missing. I couldn't see the store. There was only blackness. Then I heard a metal cling twice from behind me. I spun around quickly to see an alien gray in color with a triangular face and black eyes. I did not panic, and I said, "Hi." The alien quickly shot out its arm and touched me with a finger in my chest. I wasn't scared at this point. As the finger touched me, there was a strong electric charge I could feel. This charge paralyzed me, and I felt forced fear. Every nerve ending in my body reverberated with this shock. The fear I experienced did not come from me, but felt forced. And it was 1,000 times stifferable than any I had ever endured. The fear was so intense that my heart pounded insanely. I had to focus quickly and steadily on slowing my pulse, as I did not think my heart could sustain my life otherwise. The next thing I knew, I woke up on a metallic rectangular table with 6, 7 to 8 foot tall, thin black beings standing around me. And oh my God, one had its hand inside of me. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. I felt like it was tearing me apart. Okay, well, no. The pain I remember and the forced fear is still there. I'm paralyzed, trying to desperately move. The entity towering above me passed through my entire body. It felt like it tore me apart and put me back together. Unimaginable pain. I blacked out. The next thing I know, I wake up, it's all black, and I'm on a metallic floor. I hear clinging to the floor. I see 4 of these tall black beings. They kick me, hurting me more. I try to move, but I'm still paralyzed, fear running through every nerve ending in my body. I cannot fight it. It's almost electrical. I feel like I'm going to die here. I don't want to die here. I grow angry as they beat me. I look in my mind and struggle with all I have to try to move. I force a little movement. I raise my arm, but my body still is not cooperating. It takes everything I have, but damn it, I'm dying here fighting. The rest of me cannot move as I swing. I hit one of the entities, causing fear to become even stronger and the paralysis to become even worse. My body becomes limp again, trapped in my own body, scared and unable to get up. I black out. The only thing I remember next is waking up in bed at my home, trembling and convulsing uncontrollably, completely paralyzed and suffering the forced fear. I want to move, but I can't. The pain in my heart is unbearable. My heart beats like it's going to explode. My body feels like it's vibrating from my heart. My focus is on preventing death with all I have, slowing down my heartbeat. It helps me calm down. I try to move, but it feels like 4 hours. God only knows. I'm still paralyzed. Finally, I broke free. I walk upstairs. My mom looks shocked to see me, explaining to me that I've been absent for 3 days. Thought I was at my friend's house. In my mind, I missed no time. I thought I had a nightmare. I told myself I had a dream, not so lucky. I checked the computer at work, and it showed I was there. No one at work recalls me being there. They told me I missed my shift. I had no memory for 3 days. What has the power to do this? The only thing that proved was I wasn't insane was the computer. My memory is absent for a complete day. I saw the damnable thing again that night. I loaded my guns and waited for daylight. I last saw it when I was 19, and now I'm 36. My memories of it used to be so awful. I'd remember pieces over the years. I would wake up paralyzed in a sweat, terrified. I fought the fear in my mind until I could remember and not enter into convulsions, still function and still not move and still move. I would have dismissed what I witnessed tonight with my wife and baby daughter, but I've seen it before. No one believes, no one cares. Not sure why they came back, but I feel like I needed to share this. Demonic, yeah. Okay, so here's something that's crazy, and I was thinking about this the other day. So, what if these entities, these crawlers, right? I've talked about how I think possibly they were created with alien DNA and human DNA in Dulce and other deep underground military bases. But what if these things, these black entities and other creatures like it, are coming out of portals, and these portals are making these crazy sounds, these metallic sounds, like what I caught when I was up where Tom Mezek disappeared. That was probably the scariest thing I've ever had happen up there, was those metallic noises. Jody Bateman, Happy New Year, brother. I quite possibly. Levi J, have a good night. Happy New Year, brother. I really think that these things. Have you ever seen a dogman? Yes, BJ. That's why I started this channel. I've been researching dogmen and cryptids for 30 years. I had my encounter in 1994. But I really think that night, or that day that I was up where Tom Mezek disappeared, I really think that metallic sound was, I truly think that metallic sound was a portal opening. You guys saw the video, right? Definitely. I mean, Rappy, Happy New Year from Ireland. Top of the morning to ya. Well, Levi, I was baptized too, so I don't think that has anything to do with it, my friend. Yeah, like the movie, Paulie. Interstellar really fucking messed with my mind. Cause I was like, wait a second. Like everything is interdimensional and interstellar. Like we're on like different planes and they're crossing. DL, it was a strange one. There was tons of those noises too. Well, in Nightmare Hall, Ethan R. In Nightmare Hall, Pups, have a good night. Happy New Year. I'll text you Happy New Year tomorrow morning. Or you know what I mean. Nightmare Hall was an absolute fucking hell for human beings. When the government was kidnapping women and children and men too, I truly believe they were being forced into Nightmare Hall. We already know they were. And just these fucking monstrosities were being created there. Sammy, you're going? Have a good night, brother. If you're leaving, Happy New Year. What's up, Flair? How are you from Staten Island? Like jackals. Dean Ferguson loves Nightmare Hall just like me. I really want to know more about that. I really would love to just sit down and fucking discover more. Yep. No, definitely not a place. They didn't stop the trade. Absolutely not, man. You're right, Ethan. They still do it right now. Nightmare Hall, Johnny, is in Dulce, New Mexico. There's a deep underground military base that the U.S. government, part of the U.S. government and military, went to fight and free people. Captain Mark Richards was pretty much the fucking man who made it happen. It's a very bad place. Nightmare Hall is the fifth level of fifth level, I think. I'm not really sure which one. My brain just fucking has too much going on in it. I think it's the fifth. But that's where, like, when they went down there was women that were like hooked up to milking machines. And fuck, man. No, the sixth level was below Nightmare Hall. The sixth level, they don't know. They never disclosed what was going on there. Yeah. You can only, like Jane said, you can only imagine. Like, okay, whatever our brains can imagine, like the sickest, most twistedest shit our brain can imagine is probably not even the worst that happened there. Right on, War Angel. There is so much connection to everything. No, Cowboy Five Strings. Never have. The only person I've ever really talked to about things like that would be Laura Eisenhower. When I interviewed her. She's a very interesting woman. She's got a lot of fucking information. DL, far worse than yes. And it was yes, our government. Antarctica, yeah. 100%. 100%. I don't even think we know everything that's going on. Like, okay, I have no idea. Like, we have no idea really what is Levi. It was the sixth. Like I said, I too much going on in my head. I think it was the fifth, though, if I'm not mistaken. Nightmare Hall, Dulce, New Mexico. Wikipedia isn't gonna know. Fuck that. Actually. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Just getting some info. Hang on. You guys want to see something crazy? I'll read you guys something fucking crazy. Hang on 1 second. Let me get it out. This is all. This folder right here is all information about New World Order, Dulce, and everything else that's bad in our world. What the fuck is it? Hang on, I'm sorry, guys. Don't get mad at me and hate on me. Won't you go to Reddit and start hating on me? Where the fuck did I put it? Is that it? Campers, Adirondacks. My name. Wow, love story. Where the fuck is it? Fuck. Is that it? I think it's it. Right here. I think I got it. I think. Canadian couple. Here it is. Here it is. Yes. Statement. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. This is going to be the end of the upload because this one's going to be fucked up, okay? It's not. This is information that makes experiences really, really crazy. So, Dragons of the Apocalypse. There is more than enough evidence to indicate that a highly evolved reptilian life form is interacting with human beings. Their presence has been witnessed in every corner of the earth by people from all walks of life. Now that we've established the fact that they are here, the next question to address is where they are coming from. Theories as to the origin of reptilian/alien life forms range appear to be threefold. From the cumulative evidence provided to us this far, it's been determined that they are either extraterrestrial, ETs, beings from another planet or star system, interterrestrial, beings that are naturally evolved terrestrial Earth life forms that reside in the inner Earth cavern, subcities, and underwater bases, or interdimensional, meaning other alien entities existing in vibrational levels, time/space travelers. Although a large amount of data supporting each theory exists, this report will only address the basic facts regarding each. It is important to realize that even though each theorized origin appears to be distinct in its own right, all three theories could be and are probably correct. Reptilian ET, reliable source, has been reported that some extraterrestrial reptilian beings might be considered a race of intergalactic invaders, unwelcomed intruders that come from a region of space known as Alpha Draconis. Their apparent objective are to seek out new life throughout the universe, conquer it by any means necessary, and use the spoils of their invasions as natural resources to fuel their ongoing goals. They traverse the universe towards their intended destination in a mothership which is directed planetoid asteroid base station. Some people theorize that the reptilian mothership locates and follows closely behind comets heading in the same general direction, using the gravitational field to pull the planetoid along space. Comet's body also acts as a stellar debris impact shield and prevents any approaching civilization from observing their mothership. The reptilian military ensure the continued secrecy of their presence. carry out abductions of various life forms on the surface of the planet, and investigate technological advances of the surface inhabitants. The scientific ETs study the planet's life biological forms, introduce their reptilian genetic code into whatever species display traits they want to manipulate, and initiate a program of genetic crossbreeding. So that's the ET. The IT. There is another perception as to the origin of the reptilian beings. That is, they are true Terrans, having evolved from the dinosaurs that escaped the climatological disasters on the surface of the planet brought about 65 million years ago by an asteroid Earth impact, by going into the underworld in caves and caverns. After having millions of years in which to adapt to their new underground environment and evolve into highly intelligent species, they are said to have become technologically advanced species that oversees and manipulates the surface. For the past hundreds of years, scientific institutes has told us dinosaurs became extinct and that talk of their survival was pure rubbish. Modern paleontologists have, however, turned tables on the predecessors and now openly state that because of various advances in the hereditary tracking methods, they believe that some dinosaurs may have in fact survived the asteroid impact. IDs. As inner and ultra-dimensional beings, the reptilians are thought to have originated from neighboring frequency dimensions we might recognize as the realm of the dead, the location to which our soul matrix goes upon dead. The Hindu region of the in-between and afterlife. The atoms that compromise the interdimensional reptilian beings' physical bodies are spinning at different rates than our own, and the frequency of the spin is outside the normal human visual perception. That is like the things on the reptilians, and it's fucking weird. But then this is, I don't know if you guys can see that. Secret Intelligence Administration, a lot of material from the department found abroad. This is basically the CIA, large heads, large black eyes emerged, talking about some weird thing that the KGB had witnessed at one point. And I got this email. If you've been with the channel for more than 2 years, you'll remember when I got the email. It was just full of this fucking crazy information about super soldiers, reptilians, Antarctica, and other shit. And I printed it all out. And it was like 3 reams of paper. And I print everything out. So I've got it like everywhere. Janie remembers it. Atlantis. Okay, Polly Peanuts. And guys, I want you to think about this. Why? Here's something that you need to think about. Polly Peanuts said, again, Atlantis might have been in North Africa, right? Well, in North Africa is the blue eye, right? The blue eye. And there's rifts of waves and shit in the sand. Well, why was in World War II, why were the American troops there? Why was the Nazis going to that part of Africa if nothing was there, essentially? You know what I mean? Like, they went there because there was something there. Something bad was there. Hitler knew that there was shit out there that would possibly make the Nazi regime more powerful and stop, like make him unstoppable. And that's what I think he was after, was all that shit. So that's why we went in North Africa. There was no other reason to be in North Africa. What's up, Tyler Marshall? How are you? Yeah, they were. There's a BJ, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. Tyler, $20 is $20. What's up, Desi? Did I just like go way off track though, thinking like my night's going good, Little Horse Reynolds? How is yours? Did it go way off track? Because like I really think if you think about it, like think about there was fronts, right? The Nazis were attacking Europe, obviously, and then like the South Pacific. There's reasons for the South Pacific, for the trade routes. Europe, boom, right? Why the fuck were they in Africa? My grandpa was in Africa. In all right, here's something crazy. When my grandpa died, my aunt, who I talk to on a regular basis since my dad has been sick, my aunt said that when my grandpa was dying, right before he died, all he was doing was talking about World War II. And he was a paratrooper. He was part of the paratrooper, whatever, that landed in Africa to fight Rimmel. Rimmel was one of the best tank fucking whatever the Nazis had. And they put him in Africa, in North Africa. There's a big fucking reason for it. I hear you, AL. I've got things are locked up. DL Hemingway, have a good night, brother. Thank you for joining us again. Yes, I've heard of Stephen Greer. 100% does he. Frankenstein's army. If you see outline India. No, I agree, Paulie. I 100% agree with you. Yes. There's that is the main reason why. I really think that fucking Hitler did that shit. He wanted the trade routes. He wanted the South Pacific trade routes, obviously. But here's something crazy. Let's say Atlantis is in North Africa. Let's say the key to everything is in North Africa. Like the fucking everything that answers everything. And he did all this shit. Like he started this war and fucking was an asshole, but did it for the reason to invade North Africa. Like said, all right, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to start a world war. We're going to fucking be douchebags here, be douchebags here. But our main objective is North Africa. And that's why they sent Rimmel there. Because Rimmel was one of their best fucking whatever. Yeah. The Library of Alexandria. Oh my God. Can you imagine if that still existed? Just imagine how much fucking knowledge would be there. Everything could be in North Africa. I was TW. That's funny that you mentioned Elon, because I was actually looking at Starlink today, thinking about getting Starlink. Jane, did you see that stupid AI thing that they did with Joe Rogan talking about the cave that they found in the Grand Canyon? There's this, it's an AI video on YouTube. It's a short, and they've got Joe Rogan talking to a nobody. No one's there, and I know it's not real because I watch every Joe Rogan. And he's like, "Did you see where the government found this, and that?" And I was like, "No way!" And they just to make like for views. It was weird. I bet you some of the knowledge from the Library of Alexandria is in the Vatican. I bet you they still have huge. I bet you there's portals in the Vatican. Venetia, yes, 100%. Sandhoff. All right, guys. It's 2:35. I'm gonna crash out. We've been doing this for 2 hours and 37 minutes. I had a shitload of fun tonight. Definitely Stargates. I really think the Vatican is like they got some bad shit going on there. Not like maybe. I don't know. There's some crazy shit going on in that basement. Some crazy shit. And I'm not saying that like I'm not saying like to upset people. You know what I mean? Like I just think that there's some really bad shit. There's a story. Before I go, I want to say I want to tell you this story really quick. So in World War II, I heard this from somewhere. There was this school, okay? And supposedly when the allies came in and they found this building, there was the swastika was on the building, but there was a lot of other occult symbols on the building as well, right? And supposedly the Nazis had flooded the second and third basement. Supposedly there was two basements, and the Allied powers sent scuba divers down there to see why. And supposedly they didn't come back. They didn't come back out of the watery grave. And they ended up blowing this building up because they were afraid of what the Nazis hid under that in that basement. And I think they were summoning shit for real. But anyway, I'm just talking. Philo, how are you? Happy New Year. Anyway, guys, I had a blast tonight with you all. I'm sorry I got off topic at the end, but I had a lot of fun. I like getting off topic and talking shit. Shackleneck, have a good night, brother. Janie, have a good night. Sandhoff, Anastasia, Dean, 59th. This is the last live stream of 2023. We started the live streams together of 2023. Let's make 2024 fucking awesome. Let's get me to 100,000 subs this year. I got 25 million views. Do you guys realize that? I have more views than bigger channels than me. Let's get me to 100,000. No, I'm just kidding. Shameless plug. I love you guys. Happy New Year. Please, everyone, stay safe. If you guys go and party tomorrow night, get a designated driver. I don't want anything to ever happen to you guys. All right. Peace out. And $20 is $20, baby. Look, it looks like I got big boobies. Ha ha. Love you guys.